Hi there, my name is Dickson. I'm an award-winning and multilingual tutor at the Profs, having graduated from the LSE. I specialize in subject tutoring in economics, maths, and Mandarin for GCSE and A levels, as well as the 11 plus, 13 plus, 16 plus ISEB and CAT 4 entrance exams for the most competitive UK independent and grammar school admissions. Students that I have tutored have gained entry to are currently studying in top UK schools such as King's Wimbledon, St Paul's, Dulwich College, Wickham Abbey, Cheltenham Ladies College, etc. Additionally, I've supported my tutees through the admission process at the global elite institutions like the LSE, Oxbridge, UCL, King's College London, etc. As a result, 9 in 10 of my tutees successfully gained entries into the top 2 choices of university. Academically, 92% of my A-level students achieve at least a grade B or higher, with 71% achieving A stars and A's. And I boast a 91% success rate when it comes to my GCSE students achieving at least a grade 6. And today, let's talk about how to do Harvard referencing. If you ever spend hours perfecting an essay only to lose mark for poor referencing, you're not alone. Many students, even at postgraduate level, struggle with referencing. The Harvard referencing style is one of the most widely used systems in universities across the world, but it can be confusing at first. Brackets, commas, italics, dates, there's a lot to remember. But the reason why Harvard referencing is so important is because it makes your work stronger, more professional, and more credible. When you reference correctly, you're showing your reader that your ideas are built on solid foundation, i.e. that you've read widely, you've engaged with scholars, and you've contributed to something meaningful to academic conversations. So once you understood the logic behind Harvard referencing, it becomes easy, even automatic. You just need a very clear system, good habits, and a bit of practice. So whether you're writing your very first essay or your master's dissertations, here are 5 practical tips to make Harvard referencing not only easy, but empowering. Tip number 1, understand the purpose behind referencing. So before you even start learning the format, you need to understand why referencing matters. It's not just about avoiding plagiarism or a box-ticking exercise. It's about integrity, credibility, and intellectual honesty. When you reference properly, you're telling the reader, I respect the work of others, and I've built my argument on reliable sources. You're showing that your opinions are supported by evidence and that you can participate in academic discussion confidently and transparently. Think of referencing like a map. Every time you cite a source, you're pointing your reader to where your ideas come from, whether it's a book, journal, article, website, or report. Without the map, your reader gets lost. With it, your essays will gain structure and authority. For example, according to Smith 2020, sustainable trade policies can increase GDP growth by up to 3%. This short in-text reference shows that you've done your research and that your statement is backed by credible scholarship. It therefore instantly strengthens your argument. So, before you worry about punctuations and italics, remember, referencing isn't a chore, it's a proof of academic excellence. Tip number 2, master the basics. Once you understand why referencing is important, it's now time to learn how to do it properly. The Harvard style is all about clarity and consistency because it helps readers find your source quickly and trust your work. Now, Harvard referencing has 2 main parts. Number 1, in-text citations. So that's the short references in the body of your writing. Number 2, a reference list. So that's like a much more detailed list at the end of your work containing all the full publication details. The in-text citation usually follows a simple pattern: the author's surname and then the year of the publication. So for example, economists have long debated the effects of monetary policy on inflation. Bracket, Taylor 2019, close bracket. If you quote directly, you can also include the page number. So monetary tightening tends to slow inflation after a short lag, end quote. Taylor, 2019, page 45. Then in your reference list, you provide the full detail. So like Taylor, bracket 2019, Principles of Macroeconomics, 4th edition, London Pearson. Every type of source has its own slight variation: books, journals, articles, websites, reports, but the core principle more or less stays the same, which is to give readers everything they need to find the source themselves. It will feel a lot at first, but with practice, it just becomes second nature. You can use online tools like Cite This For Me to check for formatting, but always double check manually. Remember, accuracy shows professionalism, and professionalism will earn you top marks. Tip number 3, keep track from day one. Now, one of the biggest referencing mistakes students make is wait until the very end of their essay to do the referencing. By that point, you already have a dozen tabs opened, a pile of notes, and no idea which quote came from where. And the result is stress, errors, missing citations. So here's the golden rule. Begin referencing from the very first day of research. Every time you read a book, an article, a website, write down the full details, the author, the year, the title, the publisher, the URL, the page numbers. Keep a dedicated document or spreadsheet just for your references. By building your reference list as you go, you save hours later on. You also write more confidently because you know that your evidence is probably recorded and easy to cite. And this small habit will turn into a huge advantage later on because you never have to panic about missing references and your final essay will look a lot more polished and professional. Remember, referencing is not something you do at the very end. It's something you do throughout the writing journey. Tip number 4, stay consistent. In Harvard referencing, consistency is everything. You could have every citation technically correct, but if half of your references are formatted one way and half the other, your work is going to look sloppy. So the last impression you want to give the examiner, it's, your essay is unpolished, whereas consistency will show care, attention to detail. It tells the readers that you respect the academic standards and you take your work seriously. It's a subtle sign of credibility, and we know that credibility earns marks. It's also the difference between a good essay and a great essay. Imagine reading a paper that cites Johnson, bracket 2017, in one paragraph, but then Johnson 2017 in square brackets, the next one, and then just Johnson 2017 with no bracket later on. It simply looks messy and careless. Consistent referencing, on the other hand, makes your work a lot more tidy, professional, and therefore trustworthy. Here's what to check for consistency. Are all your in-text citations formatted the same way? Are all the titles italics or are they in plain text as required? Are all the author's name in the same format, surname followed by initials and year? Does your reference list follow alphabetical order? Things like this. Take time to review your reference before you submit. These details may seem small, but markers notice them. In fact, consistent referencing can help you recover marks in an academic writing where clarity and presentation matter. To make things easier, use easier management tool like, for example, say EndNote. They can generate citations automatically. But even tools can make mistakes, so remember always to review the references yourself later on. So, make consistency your weapon is one of the simplest ways to elevate your academic writing. Tip number 5, learn from examples. One of the easiest ways to improve Harvard referencing is just to learn by examples. There's no need to reinvent the wheel. Simply go and have a look at well-written academic papers, dissertations, or journal articles that use Harvard style. Pay attention to how professional writers and students handle their references. Notice how every in-text citation matches perfectly with the reference list, how titles are formatted, and how punctuation is consistent throughout. These details are more than technicalities. These are habits of precision. Next, take advantage of the resources your university already offers. Many institutions provide Harvard referencing guides, both online and in print, often with examples for every type of source, like the books, the reports, the webpage, even podcasts. Bookmark these guides and refer back to them often. And then, don't be afraid to seek feedback. Show your referencing to your lecturer or your tutor and ask, is this consistent with Harvard referencing styles? Most universities even have online referencing guides with examples for every source. And if you make a mistake, it's okay, don't panic, everybody does. But to be a top student, you have to review, revise, and learn from them. So if your tutor points out a mistake, there's no need to feel disheartened. You should feel empowered because it means that you're learning the language of academia one detail at a time. Every essay you write is an opportunity to refine your academic writing skills, and over time, referencing will become second nature. So, to summarize, Harvard referencing may seem intimidating at first, but it's really just about clarity, integrity, and consistency. Once you've mastered the basics, it becomes a natural part of how you write and think academically. Here's a quick recap of the 5 essential tips. Number 1, understand the purpose. Referencing isn't just about avoiding plagiarism, it's about showing respect for the ideas that shaped your work. Number 2, master the basics. Learn the structure of insight citations and reference lists until they become second nature to you. Number 3, keep track from day 1. That means build your reference list as you research to save time and error later down the line. Number 4, be consistent. Stick to one style throughout your work. It will keep it neat and tidy and show care and professionalism. Number 5, learn from mistakes and feedback. Study good models, ask for help, and treat every piece of feedback as a step towards mastering Harvard referencing style. When you get that right, be that your argument, your structure, your evidence will shine just that a little bit brighter. You'll write with confidence, and your work will look a lot more polished, and your grade will reflect that effort and precision. If you found this video to be useful, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel where we'll give tutors like you the insider knowledge you need to get ahead and helping you get the best grades possible. Together, we will help you thrive to reach your academic and admission goals. So if you would like to improve your academic performance and achieve admission success, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me or with our team of professionals. The contact information is on your screen right now. I'm Dickson Wong from The Profs. Thank you for watching, and I wish you the very best of luck with your studies.